Hey there, this is Quinn. We're with Advanced UAV out of Calgary, Alberta, and today we're going to be going through the entire A70 workflow from mapping to setup and field operations so you can see how our spreader system works in real conditions. Before we get started, I'll give you a quick overview of the drone. This is a Canadian-made agricultural drone from AUAV, the A70. It holds up to 80 kilogram capacity. It's designed for both spraying and spreading, and it's designed for real-world conditions. It's also worth mentioning that here in Alberta, there's organizations like ARDAR that are helping our farmers with up to $20,000 reimbursement for cover cropping technology, such as the A70 drone. So if seeding is part of your operations, that's definitely something you're going to want to look into. All right, well, let's get this thing started. So before we can get the drone in the air, we have to do some housekeeping, obviously, and that involves making a map. So let's do that. We're going to take our controller and make a map of the field that we're going to be spreading on today. Right here, I've got one of our batteries, and we just insert it into the front of the drone like so. Give it a short press and a long press. And as you can see, we are powered up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make our map here. As you can see, we've powered on our controller and we have it connected to the drone with good battery in all and good satellite connection. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the Plan Fields button to create our map. We have a few different mapping options. Today we're going to be using the RTK planning option. You can either walk through the field with your controller and set up your boundaries and obstacles, but we're going to be doing it right from the controller here where we set everything with the crosshair option. So here we have our field. It's a Google Map overlay. As you can see, the yellow dot is where we are with the controller, and the red triangle is the drone and its facing orientation. There's a yellow button there with an H on it, and that's where the drone thinks home is. So when it returns to home, it's going to land on that button. So we're going to go ahead and use the crosshair planning to map out our 1 acre of field here. Okay, so as you can see, that's roughly the area we are going to be spreading on today. The yellow lines signify the path that the drone is going to be taking. So once we are good that this is the area we are going to fly, we're going to go ahead and check out if there's any obstacles in the field and also place those onto the map. So we notice we have a tree roughly in the center of our field, so we are going to go ahead and draw a polygon around where that tree is and define the distance that we want the drone to stay away from that obstacle. So as you can see, the red circle is the defined obstacle area, and we currently have it set so the drone will stop 9.8 feet from that obstacle area, and you can see that reflected in the yellow drone path lines as well. So once we have everything verified that our obstacle is good, we're going to go ahead and save our field and move on to the next step. Okay, so our map is verified, our obstacle is verified. We do have a warning up here that our battery cell temperature is a little bit low, so we're going to wait for that to warm up a little bit. But from here, we're going to go ahead and hit the use button and send this information to the drone. So at the top left here, you can see we have our spreading material template. We have already made a template for the material that we are going to be spreading today, but this is something that you're going to have to do with each of your materials. We also define which auger we're going to be using, the spread amount in pounds per acre, how fast the auger is going to be spinning, and how fast our drone is going to be flying. Once all those settings are up to mission standard, then we can go ahead and move forward. We're going to change ours to 80 pounds per acre here because that's how much material we're going to be dropping. And once that is all verified, we're going to go down and look at our line feed sewing and our temporary obstacle heights and verify that those are both adequate. and they look like they are for our mission. So we are going to go ahead and upload this mission to the drone now. All right, there we have it. Now it's time to go set up the drone, put our material in, because as you can see right beside the drone on the first flight path, it says it's going to run out of material right as the drone takes off. So that's because we haven't added any material in. So we're going to add some material in and see how things go here. Okay, so first things first, we got to get our propeller set up. So we're going to undo our arms and get them locked into place here. So we got a couple latches. Just pull the arm out, put it into place, put it all the way forward, latch it back, and she is in place. Now we're going to do that with all 4 of the arms. Like so. All right, now we just take our propeller guards off, inspect our propellers, make sure they are good and safe to fly. And we are ready to load this thing up with material. Okay, so we're gonna open up the tank here and get our material inside. If you take a look inside the tank, you can see the auger that is used to elevate the materials down into the spreading machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump our material in here. All right, materials loaded, so we're gonna go ahead and do one more final pre-flight inspection to make sure that the drone is good. We're gonna open up all the propellers, we're gonna check all the connections, all our electronic connections and physical connections to make sure that the drone is safe to fly today. So now that the material's loaded, we're gonna head back to the controller, verify that the weight is correct and all our parameters are still good to go, and then we'll get ready to fly. Everything looks good here on the controller. We've got our material loaded, so we are ready to go ahead and start flying. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna hit the start button and we're gonna get a couple notifications that we have good aircraft positioning signal. The return to home is what the drone is gonna do as soon as the route is complete. If the aircraft loses contact with the controller, it's gonna resume normal operations. We have normal radar and the spreader system is normal. Our departure altitude and return to home altitude is 20.3 feet and our speed is 29.6 feet. All that's good for our mission, so we're gonna go ahead and swipe to start. And we'll watch closely as the drone takes off. All looks good so far.
Battery cell temperature is do not fly under.
So if anything happens in flight, all I have to do as the pilot is move one of the sticks and that disengages the autopilot and gives me full control over the drone so I can bring it back, land it where I need to. If there is a more serious issue like a aircraft or helicopter incursion or something where the drone needs to get out of the air immediately, we also have kill switches for the propellers. So as you can see here, we're heading down our first waypoint line and we're about to find the boundary here and the drone will turn around and start on its second line here. All looks good on the controller. The drone is moving well. The spread is even and accurate. So you're always going to want to make sure you're keeping an eye on the drone. You drone pilots will learn that in school because anything can happen. Everything still looks good here as we're going up our third pass. So on this pass is where it's going to stop a little bit shorter as it's going to hit the defined obstacle area. So it's going to do a short turn, probably about 10 or 20 meters shorter than the other one. And there we go. Everything looks perfect here on the controller. I'm watching through the front view camera, which is a 1080 by 1920 by 1080 camera on the front of the drone. That gives you a little more context as you're flying. You can watch through the drone. So it looks like we're good on flow. We're staying right around that 25.3 pounds per minute, which is what we defined. And it looks like we are going to run out of material on the next pass here, as we defined that we wanted to do 80 pounds over this acre, and we loaded about 54 pounds into the spreader. So insufficient material has been reached. We've reached the end of our material, so I haven't touched anything. The drone knows that it's out of material, and as you can see, it is on its way back and it will safely return to home. Beautiful, now it's time to load it up with some more material and finish the route. Sorry? So after the drone landed here, I'm just double checking the work report on the controller. It states that the whole field is 1.2 acres. The flight time that we did was 3.5 minutes. The application we did 0.6 acres out of the 1.2 acres. We used 50.1 pounds of material. And the estimated remaining material that we're gonna need is 18.3 pounds. So with that sort of spreader system, we can really save on the amount of material we're needing, because we know we need exactly 18.3 pounds to finish off this field. So we're gonna swap out the batteries, which is super simple here. I'm gonna set the controller on top. We're gonna do a short press and a long press to turn the drone off. Unclip the battery, lift it out, grab your new one, slide it back in, short press, long press. Wait for the drone to let you know that it's back, and wait for the controller to get connected to the drone. So right now the controller is saying drone disconnected. We're gonna give it a minute. And during this time, we are going to refill the tank. That's a good idea.
Battery cell temperature is do not fly under load, warm up to 25 degrees.
Gonna grab my next load of material. Set it down. I'm just gonna take a look at the auger inside the tank, make sure that everything is all good. Go ahead and we'll put the next load of material in. All right, now that that's in, we're gonna go check our controller, make sure we're still good to go, and resume the flight. Gonna make sure our tank is closed, of course. Gonna go take our comfy seat. And all we have to do here is hit resume operation in the bottom corner. So we get that same menu that we had before. Looks like everything is good from our radar to our aircraft positioning signal. And we're gonna go ahead and swipe to start.
Fly under load, warm up to 25 degrees Celsius or above before flight.
As you can see, instead of restarting the route, the drone actually went directly to the point where it stopped spreading and continues the route. All right, so we are coming into our final pass here.
Fly under load, warm up to 25 degrees Celsius or above before flight.
All right, so the drone has hit its final waypoint in our mission here, and now it's going to turn around and come back home. All right, so now you can see on the left we have that work report, the field area, the 1.2 acres. The application area in that last test was 0.2 acres. That's all we needed to finish off. The total material used this time was 14.8 pounds. So this is something you can look at after you've done your spreading to just verify that everything went the way it was told to go. So now that we're done spreading, we're gonna do our post-flight inspection, power down the drone, and do all the applicable reports that we need to do for our client. Okay, so that's the A70. That is the head-to-toe workflow of spreading on this field. If you want to see the A70 come to your field and do this type of demo, just reach out at auav.ca. We'd be more than happy to come out and show off this beautiful drone.